All right, I'm going to tell a few cancer stories about people I knew, and I'm going to tell you how to cure it. That's what it is. I'm going to try to make this as simple and concrete and clear as possible. See the people in the Cure shows, if you're on the Cancer Cure Show .org, it's a nonprofit page. Orgs are nonprofits. You'll see all those people cured the cancer, and you'll hear them curing it during the show. So you cure the cancer by doing it. That's how you cure it. You do what they did, and you cure the cancer. That's how you do it. But of course, it's going to be completely different for you. So doing what they did is going to be your version of it that you're going to have to create. And when you develop this skill, you'll be able to. Now look, okay, here's to simplify this, okay? Because cancer is a hard disease. It is not easy to cure. It's not like a virus. It's not like curing herpes. If you listen to I made one of these movies for the herpes people, and if you listen to what I told them, basically I told them to imagine that I have two pieces of paper in my hand, okay? And one of them says list of pathologies and the other says list of bodies. And what they do is they take all the pathologies out of all these bodies, and when the bodies are free of these pathologies, they can then take out the herpes from the bodies, and then they should expect to never see another herpes outbreak again like me, because I was cure zero in the cure drive, and the disease I happened to cure was herpes. So herpes is a lot simpler. Cancer is not simple. It's very complex. So what I'm going to tell you to simplify this is, no matter how weird or ridiculous or strange this seems to you, and people already have turned this movie off. As soon as I said list of bodies and list of pathologies, they were gone, okay? So for them, they look at it and they go, oh, I don't understand it. Okay, I can't do this. I don't understand it. I'm not interested, see? Well, of course you don't understand it. The things you don't understand are what are going to cure the cancer. The things that you understand are the ones that didn't cure the cancer, right? I mean, that's, so if you're going to cure the cancer, it's going to be by coming into an understanding of something that you don't understand. So am I simplifying this? Are you getting, is it seeming simpler to you? You're just getting the basic point here, that no matter how weird, how strange, how ridiculous, how outlandish, how impossible this is, you want to cure the cancer, you're going to have to do it. You don't have to believe in it. You just have to do it. Okay? You do not have to believe this for it to work. If you do it, it works. I haven't believed in this since I haven't, like, every time I cure something, I go, I don't believe I'm doing this, because but there it is, it takes it out. So that's the basic thing you got to know. That's the simplification of this, Now let me tell you a story. Tell you a little story. There's a woman, we were lovers, this woman and I. Her name was Jackie Buzan. Wonderful, wonderful person. And I met her after she'd had her first mastectomy. She was around, she must have been around in her late 30s when I met her. And this was in the the late 70s, I guess. I met her probably in 77, 78. She was one of my students in I used to do seminars I'm almost 63. I'll be 63 in a few days. I used to do, but anyway, back when I was, in that world, in that reality, I was doing seminars and professional and personal development. And Jackie was the psychologist who ran the groups, the cancer support groups at Pennsylvania Hospital. Now she started those groups in the 1970s. And there were no cancer support groups. I mean, Bernie Siegel, I guess, had just started doing cancer support groups. He's the eminent cancer surgeon who created the whole concept of support groups. And they found that people, the recovery statistics are much better for people who are in cancer support groups. And Jackie was on the radio all the time and on TV, the local talk shows in Philadelphia talking about her cancer support groups. And then she died of cancer. She got the next, how it recurs, Sort of like herpes that way, isn't it? Actually, you get, you do your chemo and have your mastectomy and all your hair falls out, but the cancer goes into remission and then, whatever, a few years or months later, whatever it is, it comes back and it kills you. That's how it works. See, what I'm telling you here is that whatever this is that these people use to cure those cancers that you're seeing on, in the Cure Show page there, those first names, whatever that is, you're going to have to do it because it's the only cure I ever heard of. See, Jackie knew everything there was to know, and she had guts. This woman, I had a course called The Intensive. We just started it, right before Jackie died. We were doing our first one. And Jackie said, and she was, pretty close to the end there, and she said, what I want to do for one of my last things on earth is I want to do the intensive. And she came to the intensive. There was another woman named Leslie Dolan. And this is how committed people can be to each other. Leslie committed herself to Jackie doing the intensive, so they both registered for the intensive, and Leslie spent the intensive with Jackie. We did the intensive in squads of 6. The people sat with 6 people through the entire intensive. It was at a summer camp. People went and we lived there for a week. I was there probably 2 weeks, but the intensive was 8 days long, and. So they ate, slept, breathed, talked the intensive for the whole time. And I remember my main memory, it was the course room was down the hill and the bathrooms were up the hill. And I remember Jackie with her arm over Leslie, and Leslie like sort of half carrying Jackie. Jackie could still walk at that point. And her carrying Jackie, half carrying her up the hill to the bathroom. But Jackie did the intensive, and she was as clear and sharp and as powerful and loving through that intensive as ever. Right up till the end she was. I saw her a couple of days before she died. And she had guts. But there are all these, I see all these ads about how we need hope and we need guts and we need the courage to go on. And none of those things stop you from dying of cancer. And this isn't fear-based. It's just the kind of thing your doctor will tell you, What I'm telling you here, like Western medicine, you go to the doctor and he tells you, well, you have this and you take this drug and you have a 40% chance of survival. And if you don't take it, you're going to die. And that's not fear-based. It's just the truth, And by the way, to continue with this, since YouTube only allows a 10-minute movie, I'm going to have to start another movie to continue telling you more about this. So I'll see you over there.